Hello friends, it's another beautiful brand new day and the beginning of another new week. I trust that you are doing well and that you are making the most of your life. I'm super excited that you tuned in to my podcast for today, and I also want to appreciate everyone who listened to my previous podcast and even shared in their various social media handles. I'm truly grateful. Thank you very much. The topic we'll be considering today is titled Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. Yes, change the way you think and then your life will change. Our thoughts determine what happens to us. Change really starts in our thoughts. So if you truly want to change position, if you want to change your life from where you are now to where you really want to be, then you must change the way you think. Benjamin Disraeli once said, "Nurture your mind with great thoughts, for you will never go any higher than you think." I will say that again. Nurture your mind with great thoughts, for you will never go any higher than you think. Our thoughts are so powerful. If you realize just how powerful your thoughts are, you will never think a negative thought. The same way weeds are in a farm, the same way negative thoughts are in our minds. Weeds are like negative thoughts. They affect our life negatively. So also positive thoughts affect our lives positively. So you must always dwell on positive thoughts and discard the negatives. Thoughts of fear, thoughts of failure, thoughts of resentment, anger, discouragement and the likes, they only impede our growth. We must make up our minds to only think of the things we want. What you are thinking right now, is it what you really want? Then if it is not what you want, then discard it. We should not just be thinking for fun. Yes, some of us just think for because we are bored on the lights. I can tell you that little action of just dwelling on that negative thought will affect you negatively, and it's not something you really want. Norman Vincent Peale once said, "Change your thoughts and you change your world." Simple. If we truly want to change our world, to change the way our life is, then we must change the way we think. I came across a beautiful story about the elephant, and I would like to share. It goes thus. A gentleman was walking through an elephant camp, and he spotted that the elephants weren't being kept in cages or held by the use of chains. All that was holding them back from escaping the camp was a small piece of rope tied to one of their legs. As the man gazed upon the elephants, he was completely confused as to why the elephants didn't just use their strength to break the rope and escape the camp. They could easily have done so, but instead they didn't try at all. Curious and wanting to know the answer, he asked a trainer nearby why the elephants were just standing there and never tried to escape. The trainer replied, "When they are very young and much smaller, we use the same size rope to tie them, and at that age it's enough to hold them. As they grow up, they are conditioned to believe they cannot break away. They believe the rope can still hold them, so they never try to break free." So wonderful. When I read it, I had to ponder over it, because the story made a whole lot of sense. The only reason that the elephants weren't breaking free and escaping from the camp was that over time they adopted the belief that wasn't just possible. So I want to ask you today, what is that belief, that negative belief that you have held on to over the years? I tell you, it has really kept you in that spot for too long. Don't be like the elephants. Whatever beliefs, I tell you, discard them away. And if you truly want to change your life, if you truly want to make progress, then you have to change the way you think. The quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our lives. No matter how much the world tries to hold you back, always continue with the belief that what you want to achieve is possible, and it is truly, truly possible. Instead of dwelling on the negatives, try to think on positive things. We have the ability to control what we think. Billions of thoughts go through our minds on a daily basis, but we have that responsibility to decide which thoughts we want to settle and which one we want to dwell on. So we must be careful how we think, because everything in life begins with a thought. Our actions are determined by our thoughts, and the way we behave, they are a function of the way we think. Madmen are not counted during a census because they have lost the ability to think and choose wisely. So nobody will give a madman a voter's card, because why? He has lost the ability to think. So his votes, no matter how numerous they are, their votes are void, because why? They cannot think appropriately. So also as humans, if we must change our lives, from where we are now to then, we must change the quality of our thoughts. You can either decide to think as a slave or think like a king or a prince. If you think like a slave, you discover that that's how your life will be, the life of frustration, life of struggles and the like. But if you dwell on only positive thoughts, think like a king, things may not be going well the way you really want them to, but dwelling on positive thoughts can help you accomplish your dreams. Our thoughts are like seeds. They are like seeds. They have the potential to grow into a forest. So we must never allow any negative thoughts. That negative thought you allow today is like a little seed that will grow up to become a big forest tomorrow. So never allow any negative thought to settle. Thoughts are also magnets. We attract what we think about. So if you are always thinking about failure, then you will attract failure. But if you think about success, you will attract success. So never think lack. Never think about low self-esteem. Think about great things. Think about the possibilities of the future. I know so many of us, we allow our minds to roam here and there, and we even dwell on past mistakes, past odds and the likes, and it has affected our lives negatively. But if we must truly change and must truly accomplish our goals and our dreams, then we must discard those negative thoughts and dwell on the positives, the possibility that the future entails. Our thoughts come from two sources, which I call the eye gate and the ear gate. That is what we see and what we hear. So we must be very careful. The things that we see and the things we listen to, they have a way of affecting our lives, either positively or negatively. If you truly want to achieve greatness, if you truly want to achieve success, then only listen to things that are in alignment to your purpose and your dreams. Our eyes and our ears, they are the windows to our hearts. The things that we allow in our heart, they determine what our life will bring forth. So we must be careful what we see and what we hear. It is so many persons, their lives are in disarray and a complete mess because of negative words. They grew up hearing words of discouragement, words of self-pity, and words that were so demeaning, and it really affected them. So we must never allow negative words. If be careful what you listen to and what you watch. What you watch and what you listen to, you must be very careful, because pictures stick to our brain the same way what we hear also stick to our heart. So don't just allow any thoughts to go through your mind. Dwell on only positive thoughts, things that you really truly want to accomplish. I will be outlining 8 litmus tests for accepting any thought. That is to say, every thought that we must dwell on must go through these 8 necessary litmus tests before we accept it. Number 1, is it true? Number 2, is it noble? Does it have outstanding qualities? Number 3, is it just? Is it reasonable and is it even proper? Number 4, is it pure, spotless, stainless, or free from moral guilt? 5, is it lovely, attractive, delightful for beauty and the likes? 6, does it have good report? Does it have a good reputation? 7, does it have virtue, moral excellence, or is it even beneficial? 8, is it praiseworthy? Is it commendable? That thought that is going through your mind, is it true? Is it what you really want, or what others told you, and you have decided to believe what others say? So if it is not true, I encourage you today to discard it. Number 2, is it noble? Does it have outstanding qualities? Is it very good, or is it excellent? 3, is it just? Is it something that is right, something that is proper, or is it pure? Is it spotless? Is it free from moral guilt? Is it lovely, attractive, delightful of beauty? Does it have good report? Does it have virtue? And is it praiseworthy? Subject every thought that you dwell on through these 8 litmus tests, and I tell you, your life will go from one level of success to another. What you think determines how your life will eventually turn out into. Louis A. once said, every thought we think is creating our future. The future we really want, they are a function of our thoughts. So if you really want to achieve greatness, then think greatness, and you'll be glad you did. I'll end today's podcast with a quote from the wisest man that ever lived, which says, above all, be careful what you think, because your thoughts control your life. I will say that again. Above all, be careful what you think, because your thoughts control your life. Our thoughts can either shatter or transform our lives. So we must be careful what we think and subject every thought through these 8 litmus tests that I have outlined, and you will surely achieve greatness. And this is the end of my podcast for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it and you learned a thing or two. Our topic for our next week's podcast is titled 6 Practical Guides to Productive Thinking. It's like a continuation of where I'm stopping today. 6 practical guides to productive thinking. So do well to watch out, and you will be so impacted. Thank you very much. I wish you a lovely and a beautiful week ahead, and God bless. Do well to like, do well to comment, do well to, even if you have any suggestion, do well to state it, and also share in your various social media handles, and God will bless you very much. Thank you very much for listening, and do have a beautiful and a productive week ahead. Bye for now. I remain your host, Ologbo Andrew, and it's always my pleasure to be a blessing. Thank you very much, and God bless.